This is Staff Sergeant Veron McDavid for this week's Man on the Street. With the Air Force 64th birthday coming up, we asked, what are the reasons you joined the Air Force?
Actually, I was in the Army, and I was always a multi-service, multinational unit, so when I discovered that I had a military spouse, I told my wife she was joining the Air Force, because I saw the way everybody was treated.
For school, for travel, and of course to serve my country. My father, he was in the military, so I figured I'd follow his footsteps.
Why did I join the Air Force? Actually, my sister is in the services. She's Army, and she brought up the idea of joining the Air Force because my goal after leaving the Caribbean was to pretty much gain a sort of independence, better myself as a person, and to kind of live on my own. And she recommended the Air Force because she believed I had potential that was the best branch for me. And it was they were family orientated, they're education based, and she believed that suited me versus out of all the other branches. So she was the one who actually recommended that, and I'm happy she did.
The reason I joined the Air Force was one, obviously, to serve my country. After the 9/11 incident, I felt a need to want to do something more greater. Typically, like everyone else that joins the military, want to pursue educational goals, service to the country, be able to provide for my family in a different manner, open up opportunities to benefit my children, let them see the globe, to understand, especially in the current location where we're at in Turkey, they're able to socialize and make friends with the locals, and it's an opportunity that my children will never forget, and that we will never forget, and my wife and I will always cherish.
I joined the Air Force for education and a brighter future.
Joined the Air Force because my dad was in the Air Force. You know, it's been a family tradition. You know, I've had a lot of family in the military, and the Air Force, seemed to be the best fit for me. Better than being able to go to college and everything, just like everybody else in my high school did. But Air Force, seemed to be the right fit.
I actually took my brother to the recruiting station back a couple years ago, and the recruiter talked me into taking a practice ASVAB, and I scored a 99 on it, so he asked me if I'd like to review my options. I decided that it might be something that I might want to do, so I viewed my options, looked at the certain jobs that he offered me, got the infrastructure job, and here I am.
Well, I'm from a small town, and we don't really do much there, and I wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than myself, and I wanted to feel like I belonged somewhere. So that's why I joined the Air Force.
The Air Force was able to provide me better opportunities than most of the civilian world as far as travel and benefits, and it's been a lot more fun than a civilian job that I've had.
A myriad of different personal reasons. Basically, the short and sweet is that it's something that I've wanted to do ever since I was a little kid.
I joined the Air Force primarily to go to school. I knew in my household it was going to be really hard for my parents to pay for me to go to college, so that was the number one reason I went. I knew I would be able to get good education, go to college. Second reason I joined was to travel and see the world. I didn't think I would be able to venture off outside of the United States when I was back home, so that was another reason that I joined, so Uncle Sam can take me around the world and still serve my country at the same time.
And that was your Man on the Street. And the reason I joined the Air Force was to get an education, see the world, and to do something good for me. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, or suggestions, or if there's a question you'd like me to ask Team Angelique, please send it to the following email: